Good morning, everyone. A very warm welcome to each one of you for the day 3 of the FDP on blockchain in FinTech. I am Jansi, PhD scholar. We at Alagappa University firmly believe that life is a continuous process of learning. Hence, at a regular intervals, we subscribe ourselves to learn to unlearn, and then to relearn by means of various learner-centric programs. And on such is this FDP. Friends, I'm sure you all will agree with me that there are only very few in this domain who are as qualified as Dr. Anup sir, as he already set the tone on yesterday. Hence, with no further delay, now I would like to invite Dr. Anup sir to continue further. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay. So good morning to all the participants, and I welcome to this session. So yesterday we have learned actually what is a smart contract, and we have started with the evolution of blockchain and the Gartner's view on how blockchain will be achieving what blockchain is supposed to achieve in the coming years, and the different type of blockchain, such as blockchain complete, blockchain enhanced, etc. as well. So then we have also learned what is a smart contract, what are the differences between a traditional contract with the smart contract. Then we have learned the features, okay, the technical advantages, the legal advantages. Then we have learned, I mean, at least we have seen what is solidity, okay, and what are the features of solidity, different access specifiers. Then we have seen an online IDE called Remix, okay, where we have seen some of the features of Remix, and we have started exploring one simple contract just to see how the transactions are being initiated, how you write the smart contract, compile it, and run it, and then deploy it into the network. Okay, so in this session, in today's session, we will be just covering the topic, the mining and incentivizing. Okay, we will be touching very basics of the proof of work, the cryptocurrency tokens, okay, the wallet, and the cryptocurrency exchanges. Okay, so as like yesterday, like we will be starting with the presentation now, and at the last 15 minutes we can set that for the QA sessions. Okay, so without any further delay, we will be moving on to the session. Okay, let me share the screen now. So is the screen visible, ma'am? Jansi, ma'am?
Sir, it is visible, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you for the confirmation. So these are the topics that we will be covering in this session, right? The mining and incentivizing. I mean, we will be just seeing the proof of work, nothing more on the technical details, but we will be seeing what are the advantages and disadvantages of proof of work, the cryptocurrency tokens, what you mean by a token, a wallet, and we will be like seeing one of the most widely used wallet as well, and I will show a demonstration so that you can later check the features of those wallets as well. Okay. So I'm just reintroducing those concepts that we have learned yesterday. The first thing that we want to learn before going into the proof of work or any other consensus algorithm is the issue of double spending that we have already heard yesterday. That the issue of double spending will be happening with the digital currencies. Okay, so Bitcoin, we know that is a famous cryptocurrency, but Bitcoin was not the first digital currency that was introduced in the market due to various reasons. It was, I mean, all the other currencies introduced in the market were not successful. Okay, and one of the reasons for that is the issue of double spending, or those digital currencies couldn't solve the issue of double spending that is associated with the digital currencies. So there were some other issues faced by these digital currencies, so that the market adoption became very less. Okay, if there is no market adoption, for example, if you make some products and if nobody is there to buy the products or use the products, then your business will be shut down. Okay, that was happened with the digital currencies as well, as there were many issues faced by the people. They were very reluctant to use it. Okay, so one of those issues were the double spending. So as you know, double spending will not happen with the fiat currency that we will be using on our day-to-day life, because it is a physical, it's a tangible thing that you can touch, sense, and you can physically hold the currency, right? The note, or it is known as the fiat currency, and that you will be exchanging or you will be giving that for availing some products or services. Okay, and that unit of currency, the same amount or the same note, same printed fiat currency cannot be initiated for more than one transactions. Okay, so that was not the case with the digital currencies. In digital currencies, as we have seen yesterday, it is same like a PDF file or a Word document that is residing in your hard disk, in your computer's hard disk. You can create as many copies as you want. Just simply you select the file, you just press Control C and Control V. That will be creating the multiple copies of those file. So somewhat similar to that, the digital currencies is also, it is not tangible, it is not physical, it is a virtual thing that is residing in your computer, and you can replicate it as many times what, but that is not a legal thing. Okay, so but Bitcoin could solve this issue by introducing something called a blockchain platform where the data will be captured. Okay, so this is an issue with the digital currencies. Say Bob is sending the digital coin to Lisa as well as Alice at the same time, claiming that Bob is having the same unit of cryptocurrencies. Okay, so then Bitcoin, again, we have seen this, what is a Bitcoin by Satoshi Nakamoto through his white paper called a peer-to-peer electronic cash system in 2008. And the double spending problem or Bitcoin was able to solve the double spending problem. Okay, and many more advantages. And one of those advantages is the anonymity in the transactions. As we have seen, or as I have told you yesterday, if you want to be a part of Bitcoin network, you don't have to disclose any information, any of your personal information. If you have a mobile phone, if you have a laptop, or if you have a desktop PC, you can be a part of Bitcoin network and you will be identified with an address. So anonymity in the transaction is a very important feature, or it is a very one of the very important feature in the Bitcoin network. Okay, so I mean, think about a situation right now. We are all connected to the social media, everything, right? So we can target a person, or we can identify a person from any of the social medias. But right now, we couldn't identify who is Satoshi Nakamoto, even though we are very advanced in the social networking and all. But how that happened? He has created the Bitcoin network, and he anonymously transferred some Bitcoins into the network. Okay, so that meaning he is only identified, he can only be identified with an address and no other information. So that is the beauty of Bitcoin, where you can transact anonymously. So, in our traditional ledger mechanisms that we have seen yesterday, there will be a centralized or a third party who will be verifying the transactions. For example, a bank. A bank will be maintaining a ledger recording all the transactions, but the issue with the ledger is that it is being held privately by the bank. So bank can do some illegal entries in the ledger and claim that, okay, this is the amount that you have taken, or else somebody else can tear off the pages. There are many issues associated with the physical ledger, but Satoshi proposed that this ledger can be public and maintained by the community. That is one important thing Satoshi has proposed through Bitcoin. Okay, Satoshi told the people, or Satoshi has through his white paper told the general public that, okay, we don't have to have a bank or a third party who will be holding this ledger. Rather, we can let this ledger be public. Okay, it can be made public, as well as it can be maintained by the community. But if you do so, there are many other concerns that needs to be addressed. So what are those concerns? The concerns of making the ledger public, one is to, the ledger has to be tamper proof. The moment you make it public, the public can have access to those ledger entries, right? So that needs to be kept in a tamper proof manner so that nobody can change it. Okay, maintain the anonymity. So if I am, for example, I am sending, say, 1 lakh rupees. Okay, for example, I am sending 1 lakh rupees, or say 1,000 bitcoins to any of you. Okay, so if all my personal information and all of your personal information is kept in the ledger, what will happen? People will come to know that, okay, I have these many bitcoins, okay, and I have transferred these bitcoins to other persons as well. So my anonymity will be in trouble, or my personal identity will be in trouble. So I need to be anonymous. Then the size of the ledger should be another concern. So if you use a centralized ledger for recording all these transactions, okay, the ledger will become full. Ledger will become filled with all the transaction entries, maybe in 1 or 2 days. Okay, so there is another thing as well. So that has been published decentrally, or else everyone will be having the copy of the ledger. Okay, so I mean, for implementing these things, so for implementing anonymity, for implementing the decentralization, for implementing the say the tamper-proof nature, okay, we are using, or the Bitcoin is using, something called a PKI. So what is PKI? PKI is public key cryptography. So that's what I yesterday mentioned. Now people are not trusting the organizations, rather it is trusting the platform. Okay, what is that platform? That platform is the blockchain platform. Why people are trusting? Because it is credible. How credible, or how it become credible? By using some cryptographic and mathematical principles, we could prove that the platform is credible, or your data will not be compromised. Okay, so this is called the PK, or public key infra, or public key cryptography, or public key infrastructure. Okay, so there uses two pairs of keys. One is public and private. Okay, so two pairs of key will be used in public key infrastructure. One is private, as well as one is the public. Okay, so one analogy that, or one example that I can say to better understand this concept is like, treat the case of your email address and password. Okay, your email address, your Gmail address or Yahoo address, whatever you have, your email service provider, your email address, and the password you use to log in into the email can be treated as a public and private. Okay, so which one is private in this case? Your email address and password, which one is private? Which one is private?
Sir,
Trial version.
Password, obviously, right? You will be sending, or you will be publishing, or you will be putting, or you will be like mentioning your email address to all of you. That is a public key, right? Because other persons need your email address to send you the email. But will you ever disclose your password to the person? No. Okay, so that is analogy that you can compare with this. Okay, public key meaning it is publicly available. It is just like your email address, which is known to many people, okay, across the globe. Okay, or there are private keys which is kept very confidential in your mind. Okay, that is used to log in into your email account. So what will happen if somebody gain access to your private key? Obviously he can log in, right? Anyway, the public key is with him. So if he gets the private key as well, he can log in into your mail account and can do whatever things that he like. Okay, so public key is distributed worldwide, similar to your email address, and the private key is to be strictly held private, and one should never lose it. Okay, if that is the case with the Bitcoin account as well. Bitcoin, in the Bitcoin network, you will be identified by an address which is public. Okay, so obviously there will be a private key which is used by you only to sign your transaction. Why you should sign the transaction? To make the others know that, okay, this transaction is signed or started or initiated by you. It is not a fraudulent transaction. Okay, so that is a similar concept that is used by the PKI or public key infrastructure or public key cryptography. There are two keys, public as well as private. So if you ever lose, okay, for example, you have an account in your Bitcoin, in the Bitcoin network, and you hold say 100 Bitcoins in your wallet. So in any case, if you lose your private key, okay, if you lose your private key, then it is very likely that your account will be compromised in the sense your Bitcoin will be taken from taken by someone else from the network. Okay, it will be stolen. So if you ever lose the private key to your Bitcoin wallet, the entire contents of your wallet would be instantly vulnerable to theft. Somebody else will take your Bitcoins. Okay, so that is why there is something called a curse of anonymity. Curse of anonymity meaning, so it is in one sense it is very good because we don't want to disclose our information, but in other sense it is a disadvantage as well. What is a disadvantage? If your private key is lost and somebody has taken all your Bitcoins, then you will not be able to understand who has taken it. Okay, because you only have the address. With that address you cannot identify who is that person. Okay, because the personal informations are not there. So this is important that that you understood the public key and private key and the importance of both of these two. Okay, so two functions of PKI or public key infrastructures. One is authentication and the privacy. Okay, there are two main functions, authentication and privacy. Okay, so in the image you can see two persons, Bob and Lisa. Okay, the Bob wants to send say $10 from Bob's account to Lisa, okay, for purchasing some book or something. So okay, Lisa is having a book and Bob wants to purchase that book. Okay, what would be the first step that Bob will be doing? Bob will be initiating the transaction. How he will be initiating the transaction? He will be sending the $10. Okay, $10. He will be proposing a message. He will be proposing a transaction, and which will be signed by him. Signed by in the sense, okay, we will be logging into the mail account using our password. That is a signing. That meaning we are using our mail address. Okay, similar sense, it is signed by Bob's private key. Okay, which is only known to Bob. Okay, and that has been sent to Lisa. So how Lisa will understand this has been initiated by Bob? Because it is authenticated by Bob's public key. The public key is already known to Lisa. Okay, so they will be or Lisa will be understanding, okay, this has been initiated by Bob because it has been signed by Bob's private key and which is verifiable by the Bob's public key. Okay, and note that when you generate a key, it is a pair. Okay, both the keys are always paired. You will get a private key as well as a public key, and you cannot mix the private and public keys of different individuals or different instances. So if you create one account, you will get a private key and public key. If you create another account, you will again get a public key and a private key, and that cannot be mixed. Okay, you cannot take the private key of one instance, the instance one, and you cannot take the public key of another instance. No, that cannot be done. So this is authentication. This is authenticated by Bob's public key. So now comes the privacy. So Lisa has received the payment. Okay, Bob has sent $10 to Lisa. So Lisa has received it. Okay, so so she wants to send the link for the book in a PDF version or something that Bob wants to buy. Okay, so Lisa creates a message such as, okay, here is the link. I have received the payment, so here is the link to my book which you have requested. Then sign it with Bob's public key. Bob's public key meaning in the email sense, it is be sent to Bob's email address. Okay, and that she has received in Bob's request message. So Bob, when Bob received this request, Bob will be decrypting the same thing with the private key. Whose private key? Bob's private key. Okay, so it maintains two things. One is authentication. So Bob will be signing the transaction with his private key, which is verified by Lisa by the Bob's public key. Okay, on receiving the same and verifying the same, Lisa will be sending back, or Lisa will be sending the requested book, okay, which is signed by Bob's public key, and on receiving the request, Bob will be decrypting that using his private key. That is how the messaging will happen, or the transaction will happen. Okay, so hashing is another important feature of PKI. Okay, what is hashing? So hashing is a function, or it is known as an one-sided function. What do you mean by one-sided function? This might you might have heard this term before. What is a hashing function, or why it is called an one-sided function?
The hashing function is a function through which we can generate a hash value,
Yes.
unique value for a block.
Okay. So that is the hashing function, but why it is called a one-sided function? Because from the hash you cannot make the
Data.
input back, right? So there it is just like a mathematical function where the entry or the input will be some messages, okay, some messages, and using the hash function, the hash will be generated, which is a combination of the zeros, ones and all. So when the hash is generated, you cannot take the hash and reconstruct the original message. That is why it is known as a one-way function. Okay, and also there is another important property, that even if you change a simple character or a single character in the hash, I mean in the input message, the entire hash will be changed. Okay, so these are the three important features that constitutes, okay, the blockchain. Okay, when I say the trust is being there in the platform, these are the mechanisms that users to make sure that the platform is credible, using PKI or public key infrastructure, using the private key and public key combination. It will be implementing privacy and authentication. Similarly, the hashing will also be done to make the things complete tamper proof. So a hash function map the data of any arbitrary size to a data of fixed size. For example, even if you take one character, even if you take two character, even if you take a single sentence, a paragraph, a complete book, or whatever things, a complete audio, whatever things, if you use the same hash function, then the hash function will be, or the output will be of fixed size. Okay, so that is the property of hashing. Then these are the properties that make the network stable, or the network tamper proof. Okay, now let's see what is mining in Bitcoin. So what is mining? We have heard yesterday, we have already discussed yesterday. Mining, in the simple terms, it is just like solving some cryptographic puzzles. So what is that puzzle? So that puzzles are performed by the special people in a network called miners. Okay, what is their duty? Their duty is to keep the network secure. Okay, keep the network secure by providing, okay, a single source of truth. So what is a single source of truth? Single source of truth, or single version of truth. Okay, if I say single version of truth, all the transaction data that has been written into a blockchain should be agreeable, okay, should be validated, okay, should have gone through a consensus mechanism, so that whenever you write the data, there are no point in questioning it, because majority of them have upvoted, they have said yes, then only the data will be written. So those are the complicated tasks that are done by a set of people, or the set of computers, or the nodes in a Bitcoin network. That process is known as mining. So Bitcoin mining is done by specialized computers. When I say specialized computers, anybody can join the Bitcoin network. Okay, even if you can connect that within a with your mobile phone, or your tab, or your laptop, or your desktop PC, etc. But if you want to be a miner, then you need to have complex, or very high computational capabilities. Okay, so that is why it is known as it is done by specialized computers. Okay, you can be a node, you can be a part of the Bitcoin network. Okay, but for you to verify the transaction, you need to solve the cryptographic puzzle. Cryptographic puzzle solving meaning it is a computation. So computation meaning you need a more sophisticated power. Okay, so role of miner is to secure the network and to process every Bitcoin transaction. So whenever a Bitcoin transaction is occurred, that will be placed in a place called mempool. MEMPOOL, meaning memory pool. Okay, so that is just like a buffer where the first, I mean, the transactions are first entered into a memory pool, and from the memory pool, the miners will be taking these transactions and try to solve the puzzle, and the answer will be presented to the network. Then the network will verify and say yes, then the transaction will be committed. Okay, so miners achieve this by solving a computational problem. Then miners are rewarded with newly created Bitcoins and transaction fee. This is also important. Why we need to invest a lot of amount in buying hardware and try to solve the puzzle? There needs to have some rewarding mechanism. Okay, and the miners or the persons who will be mining or verifying the transactions and creating the blocks will be rewarded. The network will be rewarding them with something called a Bitcoin. So Bitcoins when they mine or verify the transaction and commit it, okay, they will be rewarded with newly created Bitcoins. Okay, so let's see how much Bitcoin are there in the network. So, okay, there are only 21 million Bitcoins that can be mined in total. So mining meaning you're verifying the transaction, and as a reward you will be getting new Bitcoins. So there is only 21 million Bitcoins that can be mined in total in a Bitcoin network. And currently around 18.5 million Bitcoin have been mined, meaning these many Bitcoins has been given as reward to the miners. Okay, so 21 minus 18.5 meaning there are only say 2.5 or 3 million Bitcoins that are remaining in the Bitcoin network. So what will happen if all those Bitcoins have will be mined, say in the coming years? Okay, so there is some mechanism to reduce the rate at which these are mined. Okay, reduce the rate at which these are mined. The one thing is that the reward will continue to half every 4 years until the final Bitcoin has been mined. Okay, so there is a fixed supply of Bitcoins in the network. For example, in the case of banks, okay, so the reserve banks will be deciding, okay, whether they should pump in some more money to the market based on the market fluctuations or market conditions. But Bitcoin is nothing like that. But Bitcoin has a fixed supply. Okay, that is 21 million Bitcoins are there, and out of which the 18.5 millions are already mined. So maybe in the coming years, all the Bitcoin will be completely mined, or but there are chances, there are debates, or there are things happening where people are telling that there is some protocol change that may happen, or that will allowing more Bitcoins to be introduced, but we don't know what will be happening. The reward will continue to half every 4 years until the final Bitcoin has been mined. So that is one strategy that they have used. Okay, so this in this picture, if you check, initially when in 2009 when it was officially launched, the reward for mining the transactions was 50 Bitcoins. Okay, so if you are a miner and you solved one puzzle, then you should have got 50 Bitcoins in 2009. And as I said, in every 4 years it will be half. I mean, the reward will be put to half. So in 2012, okay, it has become 25 Bitcoins as a reward. In 2016, 12.5 Bitcoin. So in 2020, 6.25 Bitcoin. And in another 4 years, maybe in 2024, that will be again, it will be taken the half. Okay, so this is one mechanism to reduce the rate at which it is being mined. and the complexity of the puzzles will also be increased, okay, by the network. So there is a website resource that you can check later, maybe coinmarketcap.com, currencies Bitcoin. So if you click this, you can understand how much. So this is the coin market cap is a website which will be listing all the currencies, and if you check specifically the Bitcoin, the maximum supply, as I told you, it is 21 million Bitcoins is the maximum supply. Okay, so this is the market cap. This much US dollars is the market cap, and in the 24 hours, how much volume has been taken, and the circulating supply, everything, the website, the message board, the source code, the documentation, everything, including the graph, how the things are happening between two period, everything, the growth, everything will be listed out. Okay, so this is the mining in Bitcoin actually. So there is a fixed supply, and 18.5 million has already been mined, and how to reduce the rate. Okay, so can you say what is this image is all about? Have you seen this image somewhere? What is this? Any answers?
It's a
Data
main
warehouse.
server room.
Not exactly the server
Router
room.
computation room.
It's a data warehouse.
No, it is actually called a mining pool. Okay, so yesterday we have seen that, as I told you, in 2009, even if you sit down with a laptop and you join the Bitcoin network as a miner, the chances of getting, say, 50 Bitcoin, at that time the reward was 50 Bitcoins, right? So the chances of you getting a 50 Bitcoin was very high, because there were not much miners. Okay, so people were started using Bitcoin, so the mining was easy, and even if you sit with your computer or a desktop, you would have got a 50 Bitcoins. So then more and more people have joined, and everybody started to mine. Okay, then the CPU, using a central processing unit, it was very difficult to get the reward. Even though you are participating in the mining process, somebody will be having high computational power, will be getting the reward. Okay, then people have started using GPU. Okay, the graphic processing unit. So obviously GPU will be having more computation than CPU, right? So people have started investing in GPU machines, and GPU for some years GPU was capable of mining. Then even then the complexity of the puzzle solving has been increased. More and more miners came to the Bitcoin network. Okay, then people started combining these GPU machines. Okay, combining these GPU machines or specially dedicated hardwares for mining has been introduced. Okay, so there will be like systems or computers or racks which will be equal to the size of a building and all, where multiple people will be connecting their hardware. Okay, and this will be known as a mining pool. So the probability of getting a Bitcoin as a result of mining would be higher in this case. Okay, even though they will get 6 Bitcoin, say for example 10 Bitcoin as a reward. For example, they are getting 10 Bitcoin. If there are 4 people who have invested in this mining pool, okay, then the 10 Bitcoin will be divided among these 4. Okay, rather than a person sitting with a laptop and investing, or else buying a GPU machine and investing a huge amount of money for buying the GPU, the probability of getting the Bitcoin will be higher here. So this is a mining pool. So can you guess in which country is having the largest mining pools, Bitcoin mining pools? Any wild guesses?
US,
No,
Russia.
it is China. Okay, China is heavily investing. This is, China is heavily investing in buying all these mining hardware, the pools and all. Of course, other countries also having mining pools where these miners comes in a fashion where they will have dedicated hardware resources for the same. Okay, this is a mining pool. So as we have seen, the algorithm that we used for mining in Bitcoin is known as proof of work. Okay, why this name proof of work came? Meaning we need to show, okay, some work has been done. We need to show the proof that we have done some work. What is that work? That work is computation to solve the puzzle. That is why the name proof of work came. Okay, so in proof of work, actually the mining capacity depends on the computational power. So as we have seen, if you are joining a mining pool, you will be having a sophisticated computing facility, so that you can the probability of getting a reward for solving those problems will be higher. Okay, so mining capacity depends on the computational power you have, and more the computational power you have, you will be solving the puzzle more faster or in a more sophisticated way and proposing the result to the network faster. So whoever computes or whoever calculates the answer and proposing to the network, and after verifying the result by multiple people, then you will be getting a reward in terms of Bitcoin. Okay, so miners receive block rewards to solve a cryptographic puzzle. Then the hackers would need to have a computer powerful than 51% of the network to add a malicious block, leading to 51% attack. If I remember yesterday, some of you were asking the question, the 51% attack. So the chances of 51% attack is there with the Bitcoin, or else it is there with the blockchains that are using proof of work as their consensus algorithm. Okay, on the other hand, there are many other consensus algorithms available, such as proof of work, proof of stake. Then there is proof of elapsed time. Okay, then there is a delegated proof of stake. Okay, delegated proof of stake. These are some of the algorithms that we have. So these two are the commonly used one, but there are blockchain platforms that uses delegated proof of stake and proof of elapsed time and all. But let's see what are the differences between proof of work and proof of stake. So here you need to show the proof that you have done some computation. But in the proof of stake, okay, the validating capacity, there is nothing called a miner, but the transaction will be validated. The validation capacity depends on the stake in the network. Okay, even though this has many advantages compared to the proof of work, but let me tell you one example. Even though that is not very related to proof of stake, but you will understand how this will be working. Okay, so for example, I just want to implement a blockchain solution for a university system or a college system. Okay, so if we use the proof of work algorithm over there, if you use the proof of work consensus algorithm in that case, okay, all of them have the equal privileges. For example, the principal, then the head of the department, the faculty members, and the students, all of them having the same privileges. Okay, but we know the authority, the top level will always be the principal in case of a college. Okay, so the decision needs to be taken by the principal. But if we implement the proof of work, whoever having the high computational power will get an authority, okay, to take a decision or to solve the puzzle, right? So for example, if the students, say 5 students are combined together and they are having, say, a high computational GPU machines, and the principal, the HOD, etc., are using their desktop machine, who will be having the privilege always to propose the block or to solve the puzzle? Is that the principal or HOD or the students?
Group of 5
Group of 5
students.
students. So obviously they will be having high computational power with them, right? So whatever things, whatever decision needs to be taken, they will be always proposing the blocks. Okay, so on the other hand, if you convert that example for the proof of stake thing, proof of stake depends on the say, in simple terms, the amount of stake that you have. Amount of stake meaning the amount of currency the amount of token that you have with you. Okay, so higher the token, the chances of proposing the block is higher with you. Okay, so for example, we are distributing the tokens in such a such a system that principal will be having 50 tokens. Okay, HODs will be having 25 tokens. The other staff members will be having say 20 tokens, and the students will be having 5 tokens. Okay, so with whom the highest stake is available here? With the principal. Okay, with the principal, we are having say 50 tokens are associated with him. So who will be having the right to always propose the block? The principal. Okay, the students will not be proposing, because the stake or the amount of tokens associated with the more they have in their hand is very less compared to that of the principal. So that is the very basic analogy of a proof of stake. Okay, so the validating, if something needs to be, some decision needs to be taken, the decision validation power will be with the principal. Okay, then validators do not receive a block reward. Unlike the proof of work, there are no block reward. Instead, they collect the transaction fee. As I have mentioned yesterday, whatever transaction that you need to do. Okay, yesterday we have seen during the contract deployment, we are initiating transactions, so some fee needs to be taken from our account. Okay, that is known as a transaction fee. So those transaction fee will be collected as a reward by the participants of the proof of stake network. Okay, and the hacker would need to own 51% of all the cryptocurrency on the network. On the proof of work, what was the situation? Hackers would need to have a computer powerful than 50% of the network. Okay, that is in terms of the computation power. Here you need, I mean, the hacker needs to have a cryptocurrency of 50, more than 51% of the cryptocurrency of the total network. That is very difficult to achieve. So there are advantages with the proof of work as well as advantages with the proof of stake, as well as there are disadvantages between these two. So Bitcoin uses proof of work consensus algorithm. Okay, and Ethereum previously was using proof of work, Ethereum as well, and right now they have moved to the proof of stake. Okay, in the ETH2 means Ethereum version 2, they are implemented the proof of stake algorithm. Okay, there are other consensus algorithm like delegated proof of stake. Delegated proof of stake. It is just like a voting mechanism. Delegation. Okay, a group of people will be choosing a person who have the authority to validate. A blockchain network called the EOS. EOS, you can check it later. EOS uses delegated proof of stake. Okay, there is something called the proof of say elapsed time. Okay, proof of elapsed time, that is used by some of the projects in the Hyperledger domain, that is used for verifying the transaction. So just try to understand these are the consensus algorithms. Okay, so proof of work is used by Bitcoin, where the computational power is important. Miners always will receive a block proposing reward. Okay, to solve the cryptographic puzzle. There is a chance of 51% attack if somebody gains 51%, more than 51% of computational power than the total network. But in proof of stake, the validating capacity depends on the stake that you have, the amount of tokens. The validators do not receive a block reward. Instead, they will be collecting the transaction fee. Then the hacking would be difficult, as you need to get the more than 51% of the total cryptocurrency deposit of the network. Okay. Then advantages of proof of stake over proof of work. Okay, one is better energy efficiency. As I have told, in proof of work, the proof needs to be shown that some work has been done. So everybody will be competing, so that the energy efficiency will be very less in proof of work. Okay, so you need to have more computational power. Then the lower barriers to entry, reduced hardware requirements. That is another advantage of proof of stake, because you don't need any specialized hardwares to join the proof of stake network. Stronger immunity to centralization, that we have already seen attackers and 51% attack. and stronger support for shard chain. So sharding is another mechanism that is used for scalability of Ethereum network. Sharding, sharding. They are using many techniques to improve the scalability. What is scalability? To support more transactions in a limited time. That is a scalability in Ethereum. Okay, right now you can imagine the time required by, so for example, Bitcoin will be taking 10 minutes to do all these tasks and verify a transaction. Okay, so Ethereum, even though Ethereum will not be taking that much time, but Ethereum still it is not a highly scalable blockchain network. So there are a community that are working on improving the scalability by using a lot of techniques, and one such technique is a sharding. There are off chains and there are many other mechanisms, a beacon chain. These are some of the mechanisms that Ethereum is trying to solve. So stronger support for this sharding is available in proof of stake. Okay, so this is just about the double spending, how Bitcoin spend, how many Bitcoins are there, how it is going to adjust, how the transaction fees are put into halves, etc. Okay, now I'm going to take you to another topic, that is crypto tokens. Okay, crypto tokens. So crypto tokens, sometimes people refer to this as crypto assets as well. It's a special kind of virtual currency tokens that reside on their own blockchains and represent an asset or utility. Okay, for in simple terms, for example, you own a building or a piece of land. Okay, you own a piece of land. Okay, say there are 50 cents or 100 cents of, or 1 acre of land that you have. Okay, so you can digitize. Okay, you can digitize that asset. For example, you are creating a new token. You are creating a new token called property token. Okay, or P token. That is a name that you are giving for the token, and you are saying like one token is equal to, say, 1 cent. I'm just assuming, I'm just telling an example. You are saying, because you are creating the token so that you have the credibility and you have the power to name the coin, and you have the power to decide the value, and you have named the coin as property coin or P coin, and you are deciding that my P coin is equal to 1 cent. Okay, now you are going to sell the property. What can happen? You can issue tokens. You can issue the property coins or property tokens to the persons who will be buying those land. Okay, people will be buying your token, and you decide the value that each of this token will be equal to, say, 1 cent. So if a person wants to buy 50 cents from your property, then he needs to have 50 tokens. He needs to buy 50 P tokens or P coins from you. Okay, and sometimes the value can be go up, value can be go down. For example, after 5 years, if the value of the property goes higher, then the token value will always be increased. Okay, so that is called a crypto token or crypto asset, where you digitize something and you assign value, or it has their own blockchains and represent an asset or utility. Most often they are used to fundraise for crowd sales, but they can also be used as a substitute for other things. Okay, most of the times we will be mentioning that in the next slide. There will be some businesses that needs to raise some fund, especially in the cryptocurrency businesses. Okay, they have some idea to implement. They are developing a blockchain. They have some ideas to implement. They don't have the fund. So the crowdfunding or the crowd sales will start, where you create a token and you assign a value for that, and the token will be put for sale. So people who are interested in your idea can buy those tokens, and your business will grow. And at some point of time, if your business attracts more and more customers, meaning the value of your token will also be increased. Okay, for example, you are giving some customer loyalty points through a token, or else you are entitling a customer to take the, or for those who have taken the token, to view 10 hours of streaming content on a video sharing blockchain. So these can also be implemented using tokens. So anyway, you digitize assets and you assign value and you propose a token. People who are interested can invest in it. So cryptocurrencies and tokens, there are subtle differences. Cryptocurrencies and altcoins are specific virtual currencies that have their own dedicated blockchains and are primarily used as a medium for digital payments. For example, the Bitcoin. So they have their own dedicated blockchain, but that can be used as a medium for digital payments. And there are crypto tokens that operate on top of a blockchain that acts as a medium for the creation and execution of decentralized application. For example, in this case, Ethereum is an example. Okay. So am I audible to you?
Sir?
Okay.
Yes.
So
Yes.
these are the differences between cryptocurrencies and crypto tokens. So cryptocurrencies are specific virtual currencies that have their own blockchains, and these are only used for digital payments. That one example is Bitcoin. The second one, the crypto tokens, are on top of a blockchain, but they have the capability to create decentralized applications and smart contracts. So Ethereum is an example for this case, and Bitcoin is an example of this case. Okay. So how these crypto tokens are usually created, as I have mentioned, you might have heard something called IPO, initial public offering. What is IPO? IPOs, initial public offerings.
Uh, it is a stock market related.
Yes,
It's
yes,
like
exactly. Good. It is just like the company is selling their shares. Okay, so if you are interested, you can take the share, say 50 units of share, 100 units of share by paying the amount. Okay, so so the shares will be in stock market, and a lot of things will happen, and after many years, maybe after 5 years, 10 years, maybe the stock value will be skyrocket, so that you will have you can now sell the stocks to encash it. Okay, so in cryptocurrency world, these process is actually known as initial coin offering. Okay, initial coin offering. So initial coin offerings are mechanisms that is used to create crypto tokens, okay, distribute, sold, circulated through the standard ICO process that involves the crowdfunding. So if you, for example, you are proposing a blockchain based solution or a blockchain idea, okay, to the public world, the first thing that you will be doing is you will be publishing a white paper. Okay, so what is a white paper? White paper is more of a conceptual paper. Okay, conceptual paper meaning, okay, I have this idea which I think which would be great if I can implement that in a blockchain. And you will be saying the overall architecture and all, and publishing that to the public. Okay, and if the public is interested in your idea, they will be buying, or they will be buying your they will be investing in your idea using the coin that you have defined. Okay, so if you get enough funding, then step by step you will be publishing more and more information. So after the white paper, there is something called a yellow paper. Okay, yellow paper is more of a development side of the document. For example, more technical details will be there in the yellow paper, so that people will get more clarity on what exactly you are doing, what technology are you using, etc. So this is how the ICO crowdsource funding will happen. Okay, you have an idea, you are defining a coin or initial coin, then you are publishing the white paper. People who are interested will invest in it. Then your business grows. Okay, and the people will be getting the dividend. Dividend in the sense the value will be increasing. But trust me, there are many scams. If you check the internet, there are many scams that are happening in the ICO space as well. Okay, because they will not be disclosing their personal information, their locations, the details and all, but they will be ICO platforms where they will be listing their idea. Okay, and people will be thinking that, okay, this may be a legitimate idea, or this may be a legitimate person who is proposing it, and they will be investing in it their hard-earned money, or they will be buying the tokens by spending the money, right? So at the end of the day, sometimes what will happen, they will loot all the money and they will vanish. So lot of scams are happening in this space. So like you can check many scams online as well. Okay, this is how an ICO works. An initial coin offering is a cryptocurrency industry's equivalent to initial public offering that we have seen. A company looking to raise money to create a new coin, app, or service launches an ICO as a way to raise fund. So, the Ethereum crowdfunding was considered to be one of the highest revenue generated crowdfunding. So, if you click this URL, icodrops.com, okay, you can see the Ethereum, a brief description about it. Okay, and this was the target. They were this was this much amount they were targeted, and this much they have generated. Okay, so their token sale, the Ether is the token for Ethereum platform. Their token sale ended on 30th August 2014, and they could achieve 100% of their targeted ICO value. Now, if you check the website, you have the market returns, etc. The market cap. This is the market cap. Then the returns. Okay, returns from the ICO, or those who have invested, how much they have got it. Token sale was from June, July, August 2014. That is, this much amount has been generated in 3 months. Okay, then all the details will be there. And if you want to check the other ICOs as well, okay, who are the other ICOs that are there, you can check icodrops.com. Okay, so these are the active ICOs. You can check the names and all. ANRKX, Unify Protocol, Union Finance. So these are the things. I mean, these are the days left for you to invest in this project. Okay, an upcoming ICOs, initial coin offering, will be there. These are the ended ICOs. But people will be investing. If you check, many people are investing in all these things, but you cannot trust it. So you should be very vigilant while investing in an ICO. So icodrops.com is a resource that I propose you to check. Okay. Now we are moving on to another topic called wallet. So what is a wallet? Wallet is a place, like I'm not talking about the cryptocurrency, but in our daily life, a wallet meaning it is a place. Okay, it is a storage where we store our valuables. Okay, valuables like money, the credit card, the PAN card, everything will be kept in a wallet. Okay, so in a blockchain terms, a wallet is a cryptocurrency wallet that allows users to manage different types of cryptocurrencies, for example, Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc. So why you need to keep a wallet? Meaning, using this wallet only, you will be transferring the money. Okay, so the moment when I said you can join the Bitcoin or Ethereum network free of cost, you need to have, if you have a cryptocurrency deposit, you need to have a wallet that stores the cryptocurrency. Then only if you want to transfer the Bitcoin, you will be going to the wallet, and from there you will be signing the transaction and sending to the other person. Okay, a blockchain wallet helps exchange fund easily. Transactions are secure as they are cryptographically signed. A wallet is accessible from web devices, including mobile phones, and the privacy and identity of the user are maintained in the wallet. And most importantly, your private key, public key pair will be inside this wallet. Okay, so meaning your, say for example, if you lose your private key, all the money in your wallet will be lost. Okay, so working and features of a blockchain wallet, it is there will be a public key. Okay, there will be a private key. This private key is just like your password, your email password, which is used to sign it. Okay, public key is shared with everyone, just like the email address that we have already seen. Okay, there is a wallet that holds your cryptocurrency deposit. It is easy to use. It is highly secure, allows instant transactions, and low transaction fees. These are the features of wallet. There are many wallets available in the blockchain world. The types of wallet that if you check, there are hot wallets as well as cold wallets. The major category or the major divisions of wallets are the hot wallets as well as cold wallets. So hot wallets meaning they are online wallets through which cryptocurrencies can be transferred, because that is connected to a cloud, that is connected to the internet. Okay, they are available online, and private keys are stored in the cloud for faster transfer. Okay, that is one type of wallets. And on the other hand, there are cold wallets. So cold wallets are digital offline wallet. It is just like the pen drive that you have in your hand. Okay, so and all the private key, public key combinations, everything is there in this device. Okay, you can check the diagram. The Trezor, the Ledger, these are some of the commonly used and famous hardware wallet or the cold wallet. Okay, they are not maintained in the cloud or the internet. They are maintained offline to have high security. So in this hot wallet, what happens is like it is stored in the cloud. So clouds are always it can be hackable, right? Even though there are security mechanisms, we cannot predict that where it will be hacked on day or not. But that is why people are nowadays using the hardware wallet. It is very easy to carry, just like a pen drive. You can plug that into a USB drive and sign a transaction and send it. Okay, these are the type of wallet. And one such wallet that is very popular among the developers, which is specifically designed for the Ethereum, is the MetaMask. Okay, MetaMask wallet, and this is their logo. And let's see how the MetaMask wallet will be working. This is the site. Okay, you can note it down, metamask.io. That is a site, MetaMask. If you want to have a wallet in your machine, you can have, okay, or else you can download the apps and all. But right now we are using, or now I am going to show the web version of a wallet. Okay, is the screen visible to all of you? The MetaMask.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, okay. So you can navigate to MetaMask. I'm advising not to do this now. You can point or note down the URL and you can try with this later. Okay, there is metamask.io. Okay, there is a download button. You can click this download. So there are multiple versions. Like you can use a web version, or else you can. There is a iPhone version. There is an Android version as well. Okay, since we are using a browser, you can choose the Chrome. There is an extension available which can be added to the Chrome browser. Okay, and you can press the install MetaMask for Chrome, this button. Okay, install MetaMask. Okay, that will be going to the Chrome web store. Okay, so I mean, this has already been added to my extension. So maybe I can remove from this one, or else I can choose the MetaMask here. Okay, this has already been installed. Okay, so I will show from the scratch because you are going to use it for the first time. So I am just removing this from the Chrome extension that has already been installed. So if you go to the Chrome web store, you can see add it to Chrome button. Okay, if it is you are a fresher or you are installing that for the first time, you can click the add to Chrome. Okay, so it will be asking some permissions, display notifications, modify data and all. Okay, if you are agree with that, you can click the add extension. Okay, so add extension will download the MetaMask. Okay, download the MetaMask extension to your computer, and the same can be installed as a browser extension. Okay, so you can check the features, the versions, everything over here, and the same can be installed. Okay, so MetaMask has been installed. Those, this is the icon. This is very funny. Like fox is their logo. Okay, so once you download, this will be automatically added to the Chrome. Okay, and this page will be displayed. Welcome to MetaMask. Okay, connecting you to Ethereum and the decentralized web. Then you can press the get started button. Okay, so get started button will show you two options. If you're already a part of MetaMask, you have installed MetaMask in some other machines and you want to use the same account, the same wallet in this machine, you can use this option, an import wallet. Import wallet meaning you are importing that from somewhere else. Okay, or else you don't have used MetaMask previously, then you can go for an option create a wallet. Okay, create a wallet. Since I have removed the MetaMask previously, then I need to create a new wallet. Okay, click on a new wallet, and it will be asking some yes or no. It will be never collecting the addresses, transactions, balance, hash, or any personal information. never collect your full IP address, never sell our data. These are the promises given by MetaMask. Okay, if you are agreeing to that, you can press the I agree button. Okay, I agree button. Then you need to create a password, and this password needs to be noted down somewhere, because if you lose the password, and there is another mechanism called a seed phrase that we will see. Okay, if you forget all these things, then there is no way to recover it. Okay, so the password should be created very vigilantly. Okay, I'm choosing a password. Okay, then you need to agree. Then you can press the create button. Okay, so there is, as I said, if you forget your password, like you cannot, or else if you miss the private key and all, you can forget about that account. That's it, because there is no chances of getting that back. Okay, so MetaMask is providing one more say secure way to create our account, that is known as secret phrase. Okay, secret phrases are a phrase that is uniquely generated for your account. Okay, that needs to be stored somewhere. Okay, store this phrase in a password manager somewhere, or write this phrase on a piece of paper and store in a secure location. That is what it says. See the tips and all. Okay, multiple pieces of paper and store each in 2-3 different locations. Why they are saying all these instructions? Because as I said, if you lose your password, if you lose your secret code, then it has been gone. Okay, so if you are okay with this, you can click here to reveal the secret word. So this is your passphrase. Okay, this is your secret phrase. Okay, just you just copy paste somewhere else. Okay, I'm just copy pasting this somewhere, and okay, and I need to go next. Okay, if I go next, I need to confirm the secret backup phrase that has been generated previously. This is again for an authentication step. Okay, so what is the order in which it has been given? Humor, okay, humor, obey, jacket, humor, obey, jacket, belt, borrow, reopen, awesome, reopen, awesome, resist this amateur, resist this amateur. Okay, dolphin, pledge, dolphin, pledge. So if you have chosen, if you have clicked all these secret phrases in the order which generated previously, then you are good to go. Okay, if you have made any mistakes, then the confirm button will not be visible. Okay, since you have mentioned this in an order in which it has been generated, you can press the confirm button. Okay, so now you have configured your MetaMask or your wallet. Okay, so all done. Okay, this is how the MetaMask, your wallet, will be shown. So you have now got an account. Okay, you have now got an account. So you can view the account details. Okay, you can change the account name. Okay, so this is Anoop's account. I'm just naming this as Anoop's account. Okay, this is Anoop's account, and this is the address. This is my address. Okay, and there is a private key, export private key option. Okay, so this is very sensitive, the private key, as I have mentioned. So in this wallet, you have 0 ethers. 0 ethers meaning you have just created the wallet. You don't have any cryptocurrency deposit. Okay, you can buy, you can send the cryptocurrencies if you want. And on top of it, you can check this option. This is displayed as Ethereum mainnet. So what is Ethereum mainnet? We are now connected to the actual Ethereum. Okay, actual Ethereum network. The MetaMask is connected to the original Ethereum network. For the testing purpose, you have many test networks they will be providing. Okay, the Robston, Coven, Ringaby. These are some of the examples. for example, you want to connect to any of the test network to work with the MetaMask to test the functionalities and all, you can do this. By default, it will be connected to Ethereum mainnet, and you have 0 ethers. For you to do some transaction, you need to have some ethers in your account. Okay, this is how the MetaMask wallet will be working. Okay, so how you can buy the ethers? Either you can ask your friend if they have some real ethers. You can send this address. Okay, you can send this address and ask them to send ethers to this address, or else you need to be in touch with someone else who will be selling the ethers or the cryptocurrencies. So in conclusion, MetaMask is a wallet where you can create an account to say buy or send ethers. Okay, or else you can even swap with some other cryptocurrencies, and also your keys can be managed, your private keys and everything can be managed here. Okay, so there is an option called view on Etherscan. So Etherscan is a website which uses or which tells which will be listing all the accounts, all the addresses and the transactions performed by them. Etherscan, that you can note down the name Etherscan. Okay, so this is my address. Okay, I haven't done any transactions. So transaction section is empty here. If you check, the transaction section is empty. The analytics section is also displaying nothing because I haven't done any transactions. I am only identified with my address. Okay, my balance is 0 either. My ether value is nothing because I don't have anything. Okay, so Etherscan, if you go to the Etherscan homepage, you can see many transactions that are happening, and the Ethereum transaction histories over here. Okay, and the latest transaction that has been happened in the live Ethereum network. Okay, so if you click this one, this is the transaction hash that has been generated. The success, it has been successfully committed. This is the block number. If you click the block number, there will be having the block details will be listed, and this block is having 366 transactions. Okay, so if you click the transaction, it will be listing all the transactions that are combined in that block. Okay, so and so. So a lot of informations are available there, which is used to visualize those concepts that we have learned. Okay, so in conclusion, MetaMask manages your Ethereum wallet. Okay, you can freely create a wallet over there, which can be added as a Chrome extension. Okay, this is one of the commonly used wallet. There are many other wallets as well. My Ether wallet, some other wallets which are available online. These are there, but MetaMask is very easy to use. Now, moving on to the last section of the today's talk, that is on cryptocurrency exchanges. Okay, so cryptocurrency exchanges. What are cryptocurrency exchanges? Cryptocurrency exchanges are online platforms in which you can exchange one kind of digital asset for another based on the market value. For example, you are having, say, some bitcoins, and you want to buy ethers. Okay, you want to buy ethers. So that is possible by using a cryptocurrency exchange where you can send bitcoins to this exchange, and in return the exchange, you can choose the currency, what digital currency that you want in return. Okay, so you are exchanging bitcoin with the ether. Okay, so they will send back you the corresponding ethers based on the market value. So those are the places where you can exchange. Most cryptocurrency exchanges will usually limit their users to only trade digital assets for digital assets, meaning encashment will not be supported in most of the cryptocurrency exchanges. For example, yesterday we have seen that there is 13 lakhs, 14 lakhs rupees for on Bitcoin. Okay, and if you send one Bitcoin to a cryptocurrency exchanges, in many of the cases, the cryptocurrency exchange will not encash you, will not be giving you the Indian rupee back. Okay, but they can, digital asset to digital asset conversion is possible. Okay, a few allow trades of fiat currency such as US dollars for cryptocurrencies, but that is very limited set of cryptocurrency exchanges. Okay, so and if you want to check some of the popular exchanges, Coinbase. So Coinbase is one famous cryptocurrency exchange, okay, where you can buy and sell cryptocurrency. you need to have one account here. You need to sign up here. Okay. Then only you can go this. Okay, these are the top 4 positions. Say Bitcoins, 13 lakhs 92,000 Indian rupees. Ethereum, it is 42,020. Litecoin, 5,620. Bitcoin Cash, 19,720. And if you want to buy, you can simply click. Then the chart, there is a the graph that will be showing the trend as well. Okay, and if you want to trade, you can click the buy button. You need to create an account. Okay, then you can start exchanging the cryptocurrencies that you have. And cash.app, binance.com, these are some of the popular cryptocurrency exchanges, and some of the exchanges are functioning in India as well. CoinSwitch, SEPay, Vasrix, Coin. These are some of the cryptocurrency exchanges that are popular in India. But trust me, as we have very stringent rules for cryptocurrency exchanges. Okay, cryptocurrency exchanges are is okay, but you cannot encash it in any of the cryptocurrency exchanges in India. Okay, if you hold a Bitcoin, you will not get 13 lakhs rupees against. If you give that one Bitcoin, you cannot encash it. Okay, in India there are stringent rules are there, but I believe maybe in the coming years there will be some changes in the policies on using the cryptocurrencies. Okay, so that comes to the end of the talk, and I would like to give you some resources and hints for you to further explore. I was working as you know, I was working as a training head and scientist at Kerala Blockchain Academy previously, and we are having a lot of courses on blockchain, on different blockchains technologies, and you can check the website kba.ai, Kerala Blockchain Academy, KBA. So we have, say, the Hyperledger, Ethereum developer, blockchain beginning courses, etc. And we have recently started an online learning center as well, where you can go and learn the courses in your own paces. Okay, and I personally suggest you one course that that is called a Certified Blockchain Associate Program, or CBA. Okay, you can go to the enroll button. Here everything will be listed, the course contents and all the things will be listed. You can check and you can view the course. Okay, everything is there: blockchain technology introduction, blockchain architecture, Bitcoin, programmable blockchain, permission, current implications and future with blockchain. There are a lot of modules, and the auditing the course is completely free of cost. You can check this course by enrolling into this one, and you can say audit the complete content. You can complete the quizzes and assignments, and if you need a certificate at the end of the day, then only you need to pay the fee. Okay, and your certificate will also be issued in a blockchain. Okay, blockchain powered certificate will be issued. So these are some of the resources that you can check if you want to further explore, or if you got some idea or some interest towards the blockchain technology, then you should start exploring the advanced concepts. Okay, again, thank you for listening for the 2 days talk yesterday as well as today, and I hope I was able to convince you the potential of blockchain and some of the tools and resources for you to start with this exciting and disrupting technology innovation. Thank you for listening, and thank you so much, and have a great day.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for making an excellent presentation on Bitcoin, sir, and making this FDP a very meaningful and interesting. Thank you for the thought-provoking session, sir. I request the participants to ask their doubts or questions to sir now and give your feedback on this section.
Okay, to start with, shall I take 2 questions from the chat, or else they will be asking directly later? Yeah. One question, one interesting question from Aishwarya. Yes, have you invested in ICO? No, I haven't invested in ICO. But there are people who are investing heavily in the ICOs as well. But you need to be very careful while investing in ICO. Okay. So what is the fee for certification? Everything is over there in the website that you can check. I personally recommend you to start with Certified Blockchain Associate Program. that will be covering all the aspects of blockchains. Okay. Yeah, you can continue, Jansi ma'am.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning, Vijay Lakshmi.
Sir, the session was very good and excellent, sir,
Thank
and it helped me to gain the fundamental concepts in the blockchain technology, and your delivery was so excellent, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for the feedback.
And one more query I have got, could you please explain me the marriage of this blockchain technology with this AI deep learning, how it can be embedded, like how this deep learning could improvise the blockchain technology, like
Okay.
any insights?
Yeah. From my point of view, I mean, you can treat the blockchain technology as a data capturing mechanism. That's what I need to say. Okay. What data needs to be placed inside this blockchain is up to your use case. Okay. So, for example, some of the things people are attempting nowadays are like they are can we combine IoT with blockchain? Can we combine AI with blockchain? Those are possible. But for example, with an IoT and blockchain, it is obviously good to do, because sometimes you need to credibly or store the sensor data in a tamper-proof manner. For example, if you have read some articles, some online articles, the IBM, the company IBM with the Maastricht is a shipping giant. They have started using the blockchain with the IoT. Okay, for example, so what they are doing is like Maastricht is the largest shipping company in the world. They will be shipping all the goods to all the part of the world, and IBM has proposed a solution that combines IoT and blockchain. Okay, where the perishable goods, okay, the perishable good, for example, the seafood that needs to be marketed from say Chennai to Oman, okay, or else Chennai to USA. The shipping containers will be taking much the delay they will be taking much many number of days to reach from Chennai port to the US port or the Oman port or UAE port. So what happens is like this perishable goods needs to be maintained at the constant temperature, right? So it needs to be the temperature or the cooling should be kept in a very steady manner, unless, I mean, otherwise these things will be perished. Okay, so IBM and Maastricht has proposed a blockchain solution where the sensor data, the sensors are placed inside these containers, and they were the sensors will be sending the data, and that is saved in a blockchain. Okay, why we should store the sensor data in a blockchain? Because at the end of the day, on reaching this container at the port, at the destination port, the buyers need to confirm that the goods has been maintained in such a good condition. Okay, so what is the proof? If that is on a database or a paper based document, how the other person can trust it? Okay, that is why IBM has proposed that they can put all the sensor data in the blockchain, so that the credibility will be there, or it has been recorded in a tamper proof manner. So similarly, there are many use cases. For example, the deep learning that you were asking, the deep learning nowadays are using heavily in the case of an autonomous cars. Okay, so if some accidents that are happening, how you can analyze, or how you can say that the data or somebody has not do some malpractices on the data and made the accident to happen. So those data from the vehicle units can be stored in the blockchain, but there are dedicated blockchain. Don't think that the Ethereum will be the only solution. No, there are dedicated blockchains that will be serving this purpose, because the transaction speed of some of the blockchain platforms that we mentioned today will be very less, and you cannot do or you cannot commit that much amount of time for a transaction to verify and commit. So for the IoT, yesterday I have mentioned there is something called IOTA, which is specifically designed for the IoT purposes. Okay, the blockchain designed for the IoT purpose. Similarly, for AI also, there are many number of use cases where the data capturing mechanism can be enabled by a blockchain, where you want to store the data in a secure manner. For another example, when you can combine artificial intelligence and blockchain is on field of healthcare. Okay, so we are sharing all our personal information with the healthcare providers, just like our the sugar level, the complete blood result, the scanning reports, our personally identifiable information, everything is shared with the healthcare provider. So what is how they can, I mean, how we can trust them that they will not be selling this data to an insurance provider. Okay, so there can you can introduce a blockchain platform where this data will be captured in the blockchain, and later the patient himself or herself can share the data with the physician on only on his or her consent. Okay, so that the data will not be sold. So there are n number of use cases similar to this that you can think of implementing. Obviously, treat the blockchain as a data capturing platform where the data can be generated from any other systems. I hope I could clear your doubt.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Anu,
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, sir. Yeah, sir. Please tell me.
this is Senthil. Thank you for a very wonderful session, and that was riveting. In the sense, you gave a very clear idea about how the cryptocurrency and this concept has evolved.
Yeah.
And thank you for that. Really very inspiring, and it motivates us to read more further.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. I
Thank you
have
so
a
much.
question. I
Yeah.
have a question. Like, where can we get the historical data for these ICOs and those cryptos for research?
Historical data, these were the platforms that I have shown to you, sir. The ICO drops is one such area where you can go and check what are the ICOs that has been created previously, how much fund has been generated, and how is the current situation that is going on. That is why I showcase the ICO drop. These are the one resource that I will be constantly checking to see how the ICOs are performing. Okay, and in from that resource itself we can read all the white papers as well. As I said, whenever you want to propose an ICO, right, you will be first publishing a white paper. From that the people will be reading and came to know the idea and investing it. So all the white papers will also be available over there. That is one resource I highly recommend for you if you want to check the historical trends about the ICO, sir.
Anup sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Nagarajan.
Anup sir,
Yeah,
this is
tell me.
Nagarajan.
Yeah.
Sir, as on date, what is the take of RBI and Government of India with regard to cryptocurrency?
Yeah, that's what I told. They haven't they are still drafting the blockchain policy. In fact, they have drafted the policy and that has been sent for the approval, but that has not been done. There are many things that needs to be concerned while developing the blockchain strategy in a country like India. Right, so RBI initially was very strict on banning. They were saying like no cryptocurrency needs to be, or cryptocurrency should be allowed in India. But Supreme Court has shown some positive signs towards legalizing the cryptocurrencies. But as of now, we don't have a complete policy on how would be the cryptocurrency or blockchain policy of India. But still, there are a lot of debates that are going on. And the smart contract, that is in another sense. We are creating the smart contract, and who will be vetting it? Okay, so the developers will be creating the smart contract and deploying it, and people will be start using it. Is there any government regulation to regulate what are the clause that needs to be included in a smart contract? So there needs to be a hell lot of discussions that needs to be happened, and a lot of practitioners needs to come for these debates. Then only we can have a stringent policy on using these things, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So
Yes.
yesterday I have shared the email address with you, and you can pose any other questions with me. You can send your doubts to that email address. Okay. It was always a pleasure to meet you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now it's time to thank us, to express our gratitude to all those who ensured this program possible. And to do that fitting job, I now request Dr. Sundar, research scholar, to propose vote of thanks. Please, sir.
I deem it a great honor
and I express my profound privilege to propose a formal vote of thanks for this memorable session. Since yesterday, Dr. Anup sir is taking this session, and he has deliberately shared all the things which are in connection to this blockchain in FinTech. And let me also thank him for taking the golden hours with us and for enriching us with a wide range of knowledge about the FinTech blockchain in FinTech. Thank you so much, sir.
5 minutes breaks, brother. After that, we'll start that.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. It was my pleasure.
Thank you, sir. Participants, please join the meeting for our next section within 5 minutes. 80% of attendance and assignment is mandatory to attend the certificate from Atal. So please, participants, please be reminded. Thank you.
Jansi,
Yes, sir.
one more announcement. All of them we take a photo. You insist for the participant.
Okay, sir.
Camera on. Raghu, you insist that 10 minutes break. Jansi, you announce a 10 minutes break. Jansi.
Yes, sir.
You announce 10 minutes break.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
After 10 minutes, the next resource person said Praveen sir is ready to take session.
Okay, sir. Participants, please rejoin the meeting for our next section at 11:50 sharply.
11.
Madam, no, 11:45.
Praveen sir is there. He insists.
Hello. Are you able to hear me, sir? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. Just presentation.
Sir, good morning, sir. It's Raghu, sir. The next session will start in 11:55, sir. Praveen, sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm just testing out.
Yeah. Just 5 minutes, sir. Bear with us.
Okay. Are you able to see it, please?
Yes, sir.